Testing, test.
Lyndon Labayan.
Testing. Hi guys, my name is Lyndon. I'm a software developer, hobby wedding videographer, and today we're talking about a wireless headset communication system. Now this is a headset system from a company called Synco. This is the XPro 5 set. I think they got an XPro 2. I think that would have been what I wanted to receive as like a solo wedding shooter, but the 5s are cool too. So Synco reached out in December, asked if I wanted to check out their headset system, and I said, yeah, I do. After watching Matt Johnson or Justin Porter and other like YouTube wedding videographer influencers, they're all using headset systems between either themselves and second shooters or themselves and like the photographer. With a wedding rescheduled, all my friends like not having time to test this out with me, I don't have any on-field or real world testing to be able to give like my final impressions on these headsets. I was able to test it out with my wife, so I do have like initial impressions on this thing, but luckily Synco is cool enough to wait till June. They're gonna let me keep this till June. Technically my first wedding of the year happens in June, first week of June, and I'll be able to actually test it out there. I figured I'll get a second shooter, and I know the photographer will have a second shooter as well. So between myself and the photo team, we'll at least be able to get all 4 up and running and tested. These are the XPros. So they've got 2 antennas. It's different from the non-pro system they have. These operate on the 2.4 gigahertz frequency. I tested this with my wife. We live in a 2-story home, and I have a basement, like a full basement. So between 3 floors, 0 problems. On 2.4, maybe a microwave would interfere with it, but 0 problems when we were testing it. As far as battery life, advertised these at 24 hours, which is pretty nuts. Well, I was only able to really test for 6 hours till my wife got sick of testing this out with me. So I'll give my final impressions on battery life in June. These are the 5, so it means it just comes with 5s, but with the newer firmware, which I'm lucky enough to have, they loaded this up for me. These can connect up to 13. Now, I don't know if the actual bitrate gets dropped for that to be able to all jump on the same channel. But yeah, technically any of them can be set as master, and then the remaining ones can be synced up to it. With the newer firmware too, you can do groupings and then subgroups of those groups. I believe they just split them up as like level 1, level 2. I'll throw the diagram up. Now, the master can also mute everyone. One of the examples that was given regarding like the all mute from the master headset was if you're on set for like a film or short film or whatever, and people are fighting or arguing, the master could just mute everybody and just give instructions, and everyone just has to listen. It would stop all the fighting. Hopefully I won't need to use that in June, but the feature's there. I would say relatively comfortable. It's over ear, not exactly like on ear, so it's comfortable there. It's like a leatherette, like a plush leatherette on both sides. The actual mechanism is friction. There's no clicks. It's rather smooth, metal, plastic with another leatherette headband on top. It doesn't feel like real leather, but it's really soft. I'm actually going to show the unboxing I shot in December for this thing. It's pretty long and drawn out, but hey, if you want to stick around and check it out, I'd appreciate that. Okay, guys, this is Editor Lyndon. About that unboxing video, I had to blur out, along with the address on the top of the box, I had to blur out my crotch. I'm wearing Lululemon men's pants with Saks underwear that cups your... I had to blur out the crotch because when you combine those, sitting the way I was sitting, you see too much. So I had to blur it out. Just warning, you guys, when you watch it, you'll wonder why. I know it draws more attention to it, but I had to get it out there. I had to mention it. All right, back to the video. Jesus. One of the coolest features, probably normal for all headsets, but like I'm not a big headset user, but one of the coolest features is while you can mute like with a button, these mute when you bring them up. Like this is engaged and you can talk, and then when you bring it up, it disengages. It mutes the actual headset. I probably touch on this in that unboxing video, but this is not something you would normally think to spend money on initially as a wedding videographer, but like rounding out your kit after you get lens, cameras, battery, SD cards, lights, battery for the lights, your cases to carry everything in, sound recorders. After you've got all that down, this is the next step. And maybe not the 5 set, but like at least the 2. Because you and another shooter, whether it's another video or photo shooter, ceremony and receptions, hands down, I can see this being like well worth the money. Yeah, okay, on with the unboxing. Let's get this open. So long before Justin Porter and Matt Johnson on YouTube doing behind the scenes videos, Scott McKenna was one of the first ones in like 2018 doing behind the scenes wedding videos. And oh, I better blur this out. And they were using headsets, but like really small headsets that kind of just curved around the ear. Weren't really actually like headsets, but for ceremonies and for receptions, when you're shooting with a team of 2 or more videographers, these guys were using like communication devices. I didn't consider using stuff back in 2019 when I first started. I was more concerned with buying lenses, cameras, lights, and normal audio capture devices, like your lavalier and recorders. But lately, I guess in recent years, Justin Porter and Matt Johnson now, everyone's posting there behind the scenes, shooting with teams, larger teams, shooting longer, bigger wedding videos, and they're shooting with headsets from other brands. So when Synco reached out, they reached out and said, hey, would you want to try out our XPro? Oh yeah, they sent me the 5. So they've got a set of headsets or a line of headsets. And I said, sure, but I'm a wedding videographer and a small time wedding videographer at that. I don't think I need the 5s. I think I'd be okay with the 2. So the timing is kind of pretty cool that Synco would reach out and offer to send me their headsets to take a look at. No, I actually tried to not watch any of their videos or any reviews about this leading up to getting this, because I kind of want to experience this as unbiased as possible. So it comes in a hard case. Looks like the hard case it's reinforced, not as sturdy as like a Pelican or anything like that, but it is of a more flexible material. If any of you guys are familiar with the Steam Deck cases, I wonder if the 2s have a smaller case, or the whatever other variations they have that they come in smaller cases. Okay, so let's start with what we got here on the right side. Chargers. Chargers for the battery. Here it looks like the interface with USB-C. I'm tired and done with micro USB. Oh, it's a bunch of chargers. So we get 3 chargers, each with 2 battery slots. So for charging 6 batteries total, and 3 USB-A, 2 USB-Cs. These, I don't know what they're rated for. Usually when they're blue, when the tips or the little things inside are blue, it's at least USB 3.1, or at least USB 3. But I don't need these are purple. So the headsets are slotted in with these dividers. They're Velcro, so you can move them around. I'll take this toque off. Okay, so this is the battery unit here. I haven't actually read any of the manuals or watching the videos. Well, after I unbox this and like look at this stuff, I definitely will. There's a little bit of movement, so it hugs your head better. I don't know what I would prefer. Yeah, I don't know what I prefer. Let's flip it over to the left. Okay. Yeah, I don't know which one I would prefer actually. I gotta fiddle with them a bit here. We got a tighter fit. Oh, okay, much better. That's a much better fit. Okay, well, let's take a look at the other ones. I know that one of these can act as the like master node, and the rest acts as satellite nodes. I don't know if one of them has a designation. Let's pull them all out. Let's just get a feel for them. Yeah, so this red one here. I'm guessing this red one will act as the primary like hub where they all could connect to and kind of branch off of for a longer connection. Yeah, I got to look at the instructions to see like how that's how the battery. Oh, I just opened that's the battery door. So this guy here, you can pull down on this latch, open it up, and battery just slides out. Pretty cool. 3.7 volts, 1050 milliamp hours, 3.9 watt hours. I like it when they list watt hours on the on batteries or on devices. That's a more useful unit, watt hours, than telling you milliamp hours or really anything else. A couple of things that I'm noticing right away is it doesn't feel particularly flimsy, but their units, but the different parts where obviously you're moving and articulating, they do give some flexibility. They have to, because it has to hug your head. It feels okay. The antennas are not, I'm guessing these are antennas here. These antennas are not adjustable. They just kind of stick out here. The microphone is articulating, so it goes up and down all the way for left or right. I'm guessing that it auto mutes in kind of this area. You can probably, I'm guessing, I don't know, I'm just gonna guess. It would be nice if it actually mutes up at this point and then activates. Oh, I'm hearing clicks. I'm hearing audible. Can you hear this? You hear that? I'm betting that's the threshold for where it mutes and unmutes. That's a really cool feature. You want to be able to unmute, pull it down, mute, pull it back up. Okay, that's cool. Let's see. Yeah, I'll finish my thought early. I don't even know if it's going to make the edit, but like earlier this year, I'd shot with a photographer. Yeah, he was saying that he would normally bring a headset. He forgot it the one time I shot with him, but it was just really nice to be able to communicate with photographer and videographer. Let's say if he was with the bride and I was shooting the groom, he'd be able to tell me if, okay, bride's ready to get into her dress now. And I'd be able to run over, really depending on where you're shooting. Ideally, you're in the same building, but like in different parts. Let's say you're in a hotel, you're suites apart. Ideally, yeah, like, or if you're in a giant house, or a house, not in a giant house, but in a house where you're different places within the home, sunroom, bedroom, living room, or whatever, you'd be able to communicate exactly what's going on if you were needed in an area. I have seen planners also use these too. As a videographer, you never really think about like investing in stuff like this until like your kit is finished. You don't want to throw a $500 to $1,000 into a awesome headset communication unit, especially if you normally shoot solo anyway. You didn't want to invest right away into something like this if you don't have all the lenses you need, lenses you think you need, bodies you need, tripods, lights, microphones, recorders, things like that. So this is like endgame stuff. Now I don't know if this particular unit would satisfy my needs as a videographer. All of the promo stuff that I've seen, I tried to avoid like reviews or whatever, but the promo stuff I've seen, it's like you're shooting short films, or you're on set shooting like live video, and this might be overkill. Obviously Justin Porter is using this kind of stuff. Matt Johnson now is using this kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it would be nice to be able to test this stuff out, test out the range, battery life, and just overall quality, both for the actual headphone part and for the microphone. This hard case has got a pretty deep top section here to be able to like put other things in. Yeah, so I guess one thing I'd mention, like me specifically, I probably wouldn't take all 5. Really, it's just for me and like anyone who I'm shooting with who's in another room potentially. Videographer, photographer, if I got a second shooter, if I'm second shooting. If we're not together, this is ideal. Also, we're shooting for like ceremony or reception. We can easily communicate like, hey, I need a tight on the parents, give me the parents. I see someone's crying, mom's crying, get a tight on them. So because I would probably bring only 2, this leaves a lot of room for extra gear. With these dividers, and like the sides are, the felt sides where you can stick the Velcro onto. With these dividers, you could probably use other dividers too, and put other audio gear in here. I could probably expand if you've seen before my other videos where I have like my audio pack, this could essentially have that in the other half of this case while I've got 2 or 3 headsets in here. All right, with that done, we're going to... No, we're not doing anything else. That's where I'm ending this video off at. I'm going to use every opportunity I can to use these headsets with different people, different environments, minus 20 degrees outdoors being one of them. Tune in for June. I'm going to try to get a second wedding in with these things. Definitely one, but I'll try to get 2 weddings in. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. This is a really weird video, but yeah, I'll give my final impressions in June, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Okay, bye. Here, check this out. This is my house. This is the house. This is the house so far anyway. Okay, later guys.